have Ava really struggling with surrendering control because she feels like she has to be in control. Like she promised her dad she would take care of this house, she would take care of her sister. And of course, when we try to take care of things ourselves, we mess them up. She learns by the end of the story that she really does need to rely on God.
We'll talk about this and much more today. Welcome to a Writer's Day podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Writer's Day podcast. My name is Ruth Douthit, and I'm an award-winning, multi-published author of books for kids and adults in fiction and nonfiction. I'm so glad you're here because I started this podcast for you, people who want to learn more about the writing craft and also hear from amazing, award-winning, best-selling authors like my guest today. So you're in for a treat. So head over to artbyruth.com today to sign up for my newsletter to find out more information about my upcoming release, Fatal Standoff. That's right. The release is June 24th, and I'm putting together my book launch team right now. So if you want to join, head over to Facebook and join my suspense readers page and to learn more. So sign up for my newsletter to find out more about the upcoming release, and you get a free PDF copy of my short story support group. So head over to artbyruth.com today. And if you like what you hear today, please follow me, like it, leave me a review, subscribe to my podcast. I would really love that. Okay, here we go. Michelle Griep is with us today. She's an award-winning author who pens historical romances like a tea-sipping time traveler. That's right. And she has about 22 books out. She's a Carol Award winner and a Christie Award winner. So you know the drill. Grab your favorite beverage, a comfortable chair, kick back and relax as we listen to award-winning author Michelle Griep talk about her new book. Hey everyone, welcome back to Writer's Day. I'm so excited to have Michelle Griep with me here today to talk about her new book of Silver and Secrets. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat with you today too.
Great. Well, why don't you tell my listeners a little bit about yourself before we talk about your new book?
Okay, sounds good. I started writing when I first discovered Crayolas and blank wall space, which did not make my mom very happy. But I have always had a creative bent, shall we say. So much so that my poor mom, what a saint. She actually took me into the pediatrician because I would sit for hours underneath the dining room table talking to Daniel Boone, my imaginary friend.
Wow.
And so the pediatrician just, checked me out and he said, nope, she just has an overactive imagination. Mm-hmm. So score one for me for being a writer. So yeah, I've always loved writing and have always done it. So now I get to be paid to do it. So win-win, I would say.
Ooh, that is a win.
Yeah.
Well, so when did you decide to make it like a serious thing?
Right. So I have 4 kids who are now adult kids. And back in the day, I was homeschooling them. And so I was in the thick of it with children, my children and others, all day long. And I was starting to go a little crazy. So my husband, gracious man that he is, said, hey, why don't you go away? And I said, okay. And he said, I mean, just once a week. Just, take Thursday nights off and go do whatever you want to do. So I went to the library because I love to read. And that's what I would do every Thursday night, go read at the library. And then I got a little cocky and I thought, I bet you I could write a book. How hard can it be? Turns out it's pretty hard. And that first manuscript is very, very, let's just say we're going to keep that one in the drawer. But I did love the process. And so I stuck with it and started to hone the craft a bit, taking some workshops and whatnot. And that led to me writing. And so my kids got older, I had more time. And yeah, that's where it all started, was being told to get out of the house.
Being told to go away.
Way.
That's wonderful though that he did that. And yes,
Yeah.
I love the library. Oh, I could spend hours there.
Shout out to all the librarians in the world. We love you.
Hmm. I just love the space, walking in there, seeing all the books, just going up and down the
Yeah.
aisles. I used to do that all the time. Oh my goodness. Now,
Yes.
alas, I don't have as much time on my hands, but so did you ever have like a teacher, influence you or a favorite author?
Ooh, I have so many favorite authors, but I would have to say Charlotte Bronte, even though she's been dead for, over 100 years, would probably be my biggest influence because, I mean, Jane Eyre is my all-time favorite book, and I love Charlotte Bronte and all that she wrote. So I would have to say she would be a big influence in my writing, my love for, a bit more atmospheric of a tale, shall we say.
Mm.
And so I'm gonna give Charlotte, good old Charlotte, the credit for influencing me.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Do you
Yeah.
think that any of your kids will follow in your footsteps?
Um, my youngest, all my kids love to read, but my youngest really loves to write. I think she will eventually turn to writing fiction, but for right now, she should actually be told to go away, I suppose, because she's in the thick of having little ones at home. So,
Oh,
yeah, I could see her becoming an author one day very easily.
oh, neat. Yeah, give her that permission. Call her up and say, go away.
I'll take those kids. Yeah.
It is important. Sometimes during the day, in the thick of things, all your creativity is just gone. So being away like that helps it come back, I think.
It does. It does. We all need a break, all of us.
Mm.
Yeah. I actually thought I would, slow down and have more time for writing the older I got. But, that's a lie too, because there's other things that take your time and attention, like grandbabies. So you
There
still
you go.
still need to budget time.
Well, now let's talk about your new book of Silver and Secrets. Tell us about this story.
Okay, well, this was a fun one to write because I love Cambridge. I have been there several times. Every chance I can get to, skip across the pond, I'm going to take it because that's my favorite place to be in the world. As I said, I love Cambridge. So I thought, it'd be fun to set a story, not necessarily right in Cambridge, but mentioning Cambridge. And there's several scenes that are there. And so that's where the hero comes from. He's a professor at Trinity College. And so the town where the heroine is not too far away. Royston is not too far away. And I thought it'd be fun if they were actually childhood, we'll call them frenemies, shall we
Mm.
say? Because the first time she meets up with him as an adult, she's none too happy to see him. But of course, that will get ironed out as they are forced to work together. Her story is she is trying to manage everything on her own. Her father has died, left her with debt. She's trying to keep the home together. And she has a younger sister, a precocious younger sister, who is blind. And so she feels super responsible to keep things running, but taxes and death are unavoidable. And so the tax bill comes and she's a bit short. And what is she going to do? So they end up finding a buried Roman artifact on her land, and she brings it, of course, to a Roman professor at Cambridge, which turns out to be the hero.
Mm.
And yeah, so that's where the story begins.
And her name is Eva or Eva?
Eva, Eva.
Eva
Yeah.
Inman. Okay. And this is set in 1889. Wow. Is that an era that you like to write in?
I love the 1800s,
Mm.
from Regency to late Victorian. That's my jam. So I probably know more about English history than American history during that period of time.
Wow. I like that time period too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, I mean, it doesn't seem like it to us, but later in the 1800s, women did have more freedoms than earlier in that century. So, a little more leeway there.
Okay.
Yeah,
And of
yeah.
course, in America, that was the time when the Gilded Age was getting started. That's one of my favorite times in American history.
Yes,
The
yes.
super rich built all those mansions at Newport.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ava can only wish for a nice mansion. Her house is falling down around her ears, so she's got to keep that up.
Tell us about Bram Webb, the Cambridge professor.
All righty. Bram is probably one of my favorite characters because he's got a little piratey flair to him. He's not your typical professor. He likes to break the rules, but you know what? He's a great teacher because of that. He really connects with his students. And he had a rough childhood that you'll find out about and ended up living with his uncle, which was a good thing because his uncle is also professor, which is how he got into teaching to begin with. So it was really, he owes the turnaround in his life to his uncle. And so yeah, that's a little bit about that professor.
Oh, wonderful. Now, he was in other books before this one.
He had a cameo appearance in the first book of Golden Shadows because he is a friend of the hero in that book. And so towards the end of this story, there's little cameo appearance of that hero and heroine in this book as well. So you get a little more information
Mhm.
on them, which is fun.
Okay. And so, did you have fun researching these settings, or had you been to Trinity College?
I have been to Trinity College. I have
Mm.
one of my favorite places in the book is Heifer's Bookstore, which I love to go to that bookstore. It's in Cambridge. And so, yeah, I do love everything about Cambridge. It's just a quaint little town, shall we say, although it's not that little. But one of my favorite things that I did there was I went punting on the Cam. So the River Cam runs through the town, and they have they're kind of like gondolas, or gondola. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, where you get to ride, and there's, usually a student with a great big pole who just propels you right along, all along the river and talks about the different buildings. So, yes, I love Cambridge.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be neat to do that.
Yes.
We just had a layover in England, so we just, traipsed around the town and saw Big Ben and all and Westminster Abbey, and then we did the bus tour.
Uh-huh.
So next time we go back, though, I definitely want to do Cambridge. That sounds amazing.
You need to. You need to get out of London. I mean, no
Mhm.
shade on London, but it's a big city and it's just like all big cities in that respect. So the countryside and getting to know the people out there, that's the heart of England right there.
Mhm.
So,
So do you
yeah.
find in your writing process that the characters come first? Like Eva, did she appear first in your mind and then you create the situation, or does the situation come first and then you put your character in there?
Right. Usually for me, it's the character that comes first. I want
Mm.
to know who they are and, what's their goal and what's motivating them to get after that goal. And then also on the flip side, what's preventing them from reaching that goal. So I like to get to know my characters first. And bonus, if I can have the hero and heroine at odds with each other. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's fun to put those obstacles in their path too.
Yeah. Just like life, right? Just like the internet, shall we say.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
go smoothly, does it?
No, technology.
That's neat. So you wanted them to be frenemies, right?
Yes, yes.
And have you written that trope before? Is that something that you're used to?
I have in a few other books. But I've got, gosh, I think I have 21 or 22 books out now. So you kind of have to repeat after a while. But just like people, every hero and heroine is different. So you can repeat, thankfully.
Well, so what's coming next, though? Do you have a series, or is this the only book? Or
I always have more books coming, so never fear. But this is the Shadow and sorry, of Golden Shadows and of Silver and Secrets is a duology. So there won't be any more in this series. There's just the two. But I do have another standalone book coming out next. It's called The Bird of Bedford Manor. And in that one, I am back to the Regency era, so early 1800s. And that one's about a female poacher of all
Mm.
things, at a time when poaching could get you the death sentence. And of course, she gets caught poaching on the neighbor's land, who happens to be the hero. But he ends up hiring her instead of sending her to jail because his sister is being stalked by a stalker. And so he employs the heroine's stalking skills. And of course, a twist at the end in which she gets stalked herself. So it's a little twisty turny, but we get
Ooh,
we get to the end.
yeah, the stalker becomes the stalked. Fascinating.
Yep. So that one's coming up next, and then right after that, I'm doing another Victorian Christmas tale. So that
Oh,
that one's about Belle, the girl that dumped Scrooge. So it's 10 years after she dumped Scrooge.
oh, that's great. Oh, I love that. I can't wait to read that one.
Yeah. So lots of ideas. So many books, so little time, right?
Now, as Christian authors, we like to put themes in our stories so that our readers are entertained, but they also walk away with something. What are some of the themes that you've put in of Silver and Secrets?
Yeah, so in this one, I have Ava really struggling with surrendering control because she feels like she has to be in control. Like she promised her dad she would take care of this house, she would take care of her sister. And of course, when we try to take care of things ourselves, we mess them up. So she learns by the end of the story that she really does need to rely on God to be the one to fix things, not herself. And in Bram's case, he needs to learn that it's okay to be vulnerable, to be real with people, to not always put up a front, and just to be genuine. So those are the two main messages. And I always end it with hope, because there's some dark issues that go on in this book. Bram's uncle is suffering the beginning stages of dementia. And that's a really hard topic to cover. My own mom went through dementia. And so I wanted to touch on that a bit. But it does always end with hope because our story's not over yet. We're always it's going to end with hope if you're a follower. So,
Mm.
yeah, those are kind of some of the things that you'll find in Of Silver and Secrets.
Surrendering control. That's something I have trouble with.
Yeah, I think we all do. You're not alone.
That speaks to my heart for sure. Well, of Silver and Secrets releases June. When does it release in June?
June 3rd, but
Oh,
if you
okay.
pre-order from Baker Book, you will get some goodies. You'll get a sticker, you'll get a signed book plate, you'll get a bookmark, and you'll get the Tale of the Cursed Acres, which is the Cursed Acres is the plot of land on Ava's estate where she finds this Roman artifact and decides to have it dug up. And of course, that goes against the grain with tradition and legend that you shouldn't touch that piece of land, and she dares to touch it. So things happen, of course, but it all comes out in the end.
So yes, folks, head over to Baker Books and pre-order of Silver and Secrets so that you can tap into those goodies that they have because it's only for the first 300 orders. So head over to Baker Books right now and take advantage of their deals. They usually have like 40% off and
Yes,
free
40%.
shipping.
You know the
Mhm.
deal. Yes, that is you're never going to find it cheaper. This is the time to get it.
And so do you have a newsletter for folks to sign up for?
I do. I would love people to sign up for that. Just pop over to my website. It is my name, Michelle Griep. I'll spell that for you. It's MichelleGriep.com. And you can sign up for my newsletter, and you should because I do a giveaway with each newsletter that I send out. So you might be a lucky duck and get a little something for yourself.
Oh, very nice. And so head over to MichelleGriep.com to sign up for her newsletter. And
Yes.
Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today to tell us about yourself, your life as a homeschool mom and now a grandma and the writer of Silver and Secrets. I really appreciate you taking time to talk with us.
Thank you for having me here today, Ruth. It was lovely to chat with you and with your listeners.
Wasn't that fun to listen to Michelle Griep talk about her new book of Silver and Secrets? Oh, it sounds like an amazing story set in 1889 England. Oh, I just would love to go to Cambridge, wouldn't you? And her descriptions of her characters and the settings are so vivid that you really feel like you're there. And I hope that you've been encouraged by Michelle's writing story as well, a homeschool mom of 4. And I thought it was so great how her husband supported her and said, get out of here, go to the library. And that's what inspired her to become a full-time author. Wow, amazing. I know that I've been inspired to keep going on my writing journey, even when things are tough. You still got to keep going. Like today, I still need to add about 2,000 words to my manuscript, and I'm out of ideas. So I'm going to go for a walk and see if I can brainstorm some more ideas, some more words to add to my manuscript. But writing, like Michelle said, is not easy. It's tough. Sometimes it's draining. But if someone out there needs to read your story, well, you need to keep going. And that's the purpose behind your writing. And that's the purpose of my podcast, to inspire you. And so until next time, keep going, keep writing. And thanks for listening. God bless.